everybody. Hey, Dima, what's going on, girl? I see you. What's up? Hello, everyone. So we have a new segment, but before I even talking about that, I will say hello, good afternoon, good evening, hello to everyone. I know that some of you are out there about to cook dinner and get ready for your families, just now getting off of work. Hi, Miss Cynthia. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Creative Warrior. So, I am Sharonda. I am the Director of Operations here at the Sickle Cell Consortium, and we are having a new segment. It is called the Creative Warrior. So, those of you that know, we have an amazing, cool opportunity for our partners to have creative content. Now, creative content is a class that we have usually in March during the Warriors, the leadership summit. I'm talking about Warriors Convention. Y'all know we just got finished with it, and I'm still thinking about it. So don't judge me if I start talking about the Warriors Convention. But so we are having a creative content class, and it's a session where we are teaching and training and loving on each other and helping each other figure out how we can level up on our social media, on our brand, on our business. And so creative content is starting this month. We have a creative content class that's going to be on September the 29th, I believe. I might be wrong, but my people in the chat will let me know. But creative content is a class that we are having, and we will be having classes once a month or a challenge. So we have like design challenges or marketing challenge, something to that effect. And so if you want to be a part of that, you have to be a partner, first of all, of the Sickle Cell Consortium. And if you are a partner or IPCA or a community-based organization, you are welcome to apply for the creative content classes. Now, at the end of our sessions, we have some great goodies that are going to be coming to people, like a ring light, a microphone, some creative content tips and tricks. Like, we have some really cool stuff going out to creative content class. However, again, you must be a partner to even be a part of it. Whew, that was all my announcements for the day. Listen, now it is the reason why you guys came in, because I know it wasn't from me. It was probably for my guest that I'm going to introduce to you guys. Hi, Etta. Thank you for joining us. And Etta, I did get your email, so I will make sure to send over that link for next week's class for negotiating. So I'm glad you're in here. I just wanted to let you know that I see you. I saw your email, and there will be a response. Oh, girl, I need to bring it back. I know. Random. Your girl is random. Y'all talk to me, you know I'm going to talk back to you. Anyway, going back to what I actually am here for, we have Miss J. Parker. She is an entrepreneur. She is a warrior, and y'all, I love her products. She actually sent over some products to the consortium. We support in your convention boxes, we always try to support our warriors and the businesses that you guys have. And Lord, we supported her this year. Oh, she actually, her products was in our boxes last year too, but I'll let her talk to you about her products, where they came from, what the idea was. Dima, don't be coming for me, okay? Don't. You know I'm random. Don't do me, okay? Anyway, so Jay Parker is here to talk to us. And so I am going to bring her up so that she can introduce her beautiful self, because she is beautiful, like all of our warriors are. Hello, Jade.
Hello. How are you, Sharonda?
Girl, I am so glad to be having you here, because like I absolutely love your products. But more than that, before I even got your product, I met you on one of the panels. It was the Warrior Entrepreneur. I believe it was in 2020. I'm not sure. Don't judge me, because my dates might be wrong.
It's been a blur.
Listen, this whole thing has been a blur.
Years.
But we literally saw you I met you on one of those panels, and your spirit, just the way you speak, the way you are so passionate about your product and what you're doing and what you're doing for the community. And I was like, oh yeah, I have to get her first as one of my first people on the show, because I believe that your story and the way you have been able to evolve even within the pandemic. Listen, some people have come out booming with their businesses during this time. So So I'm just saying, why not warriors? Okay. How about that part? So I met you during a Warrior Entrepreneur panel, but just the way that you were speaking about, your business and how it all became about and how it evolved and where you are now. So before I continue on, I know y'all want to listen to her and know more about her. So I would just like you to just introduce yourself to the people, tell them who you are and what your organization, well, not your organization, what's the name of your business.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're from and what time zone you're in. I am Jade. I am a 32-year-old. This is the first time I'm saying that. I had a birthday over the weekend. 32-year-old sickle cell warrior. I am based in Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised. And I am also a creative. I'm a registered nurse. I am an advocate, especially for sickle cell and chronic illness. And I am now the founder and CEO of River of Jordan Organics. You put that all together real quick and we call it Rojo Organics, or Rojo for short. My company was founded in 2019, filed LLC there. And I began making products in 2014. So this has been a wild and hectic, but very beautiful journey that I've been on. And I'm so excited to be here and to share more of my story and how I came up with this business, or how this business really flowed to me. So yeah, it's been crazy, but I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it.
Well, you have some happy birthdays out there. Yes, birthday. Yes, warrior birthday. We celebrate all of them. All of them are important. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, when I heard you speak about this business and you were talking about the product itself and why you came up with it, can you talk to us a little bit about the product and how you came up with it and why you came up with it?
Yes. So I unknowingly became the first customer of this company. Didn't buy anything, but still had a problem that needed to be solved, right? So I was on my first full-time job as a registered nurse, 23 going on 24, and excelling on the floor, doing well, living my dream, right? I grew up in the hospital. I spent so much time, weeks at a time, actually, to the point where I would come back to school and people would be like, oh, I didn't know you weren't here anymore. Yeah, I was out and I was sick and, all of those. Thank you so much, Cynthia. So spent so much time in the hospital as a child and adolescence growing up into my teenage years. And I decided, you know what, maybe I can do that as well. I liked the way the nurses treated me. I liked the way that they made me feel like I was more than a disease process. And so I was like, you know what, I want to lock that in. So never really had a plan B, never even had the idea to be a business owner. Okay. Look at how God just grows and shapes and evolves us. So this has come from my experience as a registered nurse. Like I said, full-time on my first full-time position in rehab. And I was 8 months in and I had the worst, hear me, sickle cell crisis of my life. Like I said, typically in school, I would miss maybe 1 to 2 weeks of school at a time. I was out of work and disabled for an entire month. And that was no fun because, when you go back to school, you get your homework and, you get your parents taking care of you. When you're an adult and you're working full time and you don't work for a month, who's paying your bills? Who's paying your bills? So in that time, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to use this time while I'm disabled, because I was also ineligible for short-term disability, because I was only there for 8 months, right? So you get into all these logistics. And I was like, you know what? I need to create a plan of care so that I can return to work, so that I can take care of myself. So I began researching, putting on my nursing cap, using evidence-based practice. And I was looking also at products that I had around the house that I could use, but I found many of them were toxic to my skin and body as a Black woman. I was researching and looking online, found many other products and services unavailable for use at home, requiring a professional for use, or needing a prescription. So I said, you know what? Maybe the solution to this problem, maybe I'm going to have to create a product myself. So really, Roja Organics is this happily married space between my 10 years as a registered nurse, as well as wanting to formulate products that were safe to use for chronic illness, but specifically made for diverse skin types. Because how many companies and how many products do we have on the market that are not meant for Black and brown people and aren't complementary to our skin and therapeutic? So that's really where it came from. I formulated all these products, and the first product I made at that time was a body butter. And so I didn't know that while I was sitting in my bathtub that really I was channeling the healing of the Jordan River. I am faith-based, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And as I got to thinking about the name of the business years later, didn't even know originally the name was the Home Healing Body Shop, right? Something very generic.
Evolving.
So evolving from the Home Healing Body Shop in 2014 to River of Jordan Organics, named that in 2017, filed LLC in 2019. I did not know that during that month that I was off from work, as I was sitting in what I created as a sacred space of healing for me in my bathtub, that I was channeling the healing of the Jordan River. And so that is now what I am prayerfully bringing to my sickle cell warriors, my Black and brown, my melanin rich skin tone individuals, so that we can create luxury self-care regimens from the comforts of our sacred spaces of healing, whether that be our homes, whether that be our tubs, whether that be our bedrooms, and giving us the self-care and products that are luxury that we deserve.
I love it. And let me tell y'all, first of all, it is not just warriors that are like benefiting. My sister is a trade warrior and she absolutely loved Jay Parker's product. Let's just be clear. I told her, I said, honey, you need to do a review for Jay because the way she loves it. But first of all, going back to, having a product, you're saying that you were the first customer. That is the thing right now. Oftentimes as business owners, we try to put things out that we're like, oh, we want the community, we want people to buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that. But if you don't believe in a product, and if the product is not in you, or you haven't researched it well, or all of the things, then it's probably not going to do well for the people that you're selling it to. And the fact that you came up with a product first for yourself and then for others, that is so important. You did all the research, all the ups and downs with yourself. And so that was one of the things that I heard you say back in 2020. I hope it was then, child, because if not, oh well. But back in I had the panel with you, is that, you did this on yourself first. You became the first customer. Therefore, you knew what you needed to do to improve and to evolve the product to make sure it was going to work for all of us warriors. Now, disclaimer, of course, not everything is for everybody, but this product was made with love. It was made with the intention of making sure that warriors had something on the market for us. And not just that, but luxury. Come through, luxury. Yes. I mean, we deserve it.
We need it. We are luxury.
Yeah, we deserve it.
We are luxury.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Go ahead.
At baseline, we are luxury. Like, I was just thinking to myself, I don't want to look like I work hard. And why do these products that I use, why do I still look like I've worked a 12-hour shift? Like, pay for that. Who am I sending my money to? Like, what's the CEO doing with it? Like, where is the research and development going with this? Because I'm looking up, and if I'm ashy in 2 hours, that's a no for me.
It's a
It's the
problem. It's a
no.
problem. Let's not do that. So luxury it is because listen, she said it already. We are luxury. Now I'm just gonna put in a little moment in here. We are doing a giveaway of her products tonight. Okay. There will be 2 winners of her products. So what you have to put in the chat is hashtag I create. So that is hashtag I create. If you put that in the chat, then you will be put in for the drawing at the end of our session. We are giving away 2 of her little gift bags. They're so cute and they're so I like them and they smell good too, y'all. They smell super good. They smell like luxury.
It's the intention for me. So I wanted something that was going to be good enough for me. And if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for my people, my village, my tribe, right?
Yes.
And
that
so
part.
this kit is it's a combination of a 1-2 punch. So a duo that we ended up soft launching with our luxury rebrand in June. So the contents of this bag are the all glowed up body oil. It is safe to use on your face, all over your body, give you a really nice
Yes.
This whatever the equivalent of this dance.
Of the shaking the shoulders.
That's just what I do when I'm at home, when I'm not on the camera. But yes, all glowed up because we have to have the glow.
Yes.
And I've got this body polish, which is Sweet Thing. And so you put that on first. That is an exfoliant, a sugar scrub. So that gets all that dry, flaky, crusty skin off, that we start to get at this time of the year when the weather.
Yes.
So you get that going, you exfoliate, rinse really good. And then you also, afterwards, you want to follow it up with that all glowed up. So that's what that bag is. That's the contents of it. And we're calling it our Luxe Skin Kit samples. So I'm excited. I'm seeing people in the chat with I create. Y'all really don't want to miss out on this. Like I know I know I'm biased because I get to drip in the glow every day. But yes, like I've made this specifically for us and for Sickle Cell Warriors. So please, like don't miss out. Don't miss out.
You don't want to. And it smells so good. And the exfoliant is so amazing. Again, I just want to let you know, my sister took mine. So I was like, okay, that's fine. You're going to have to do a review for Jade, though, because the way she is up here telling me, how do I order? I need more. I need a bigger one. I'm like,
hear that? Like, and once you get these products, like, you are not the first person where you had to hide the butters, hide the sugar, hide the oil, hide the scrubs, because they're that rich. They're that rich, and it takes little to nothing to nourish your skin. So I've had people like, oh, I had this out on my dresser and my son came in my room,
snatched it.
I knew it was him because the packaging was all like, really, you have to secure the goods. Like once you get them, play no games. Like share the reviews and let people know that you have it, but secure your items to make sure that they're in a safe place as well.
You know how they talk about secure the bag. Please secure the package. Secure the package. Okay, that is the thing. Now, first of all, now y'all that are in here, if you have any questions for Jade, now she is a warrior. She is an entrepreneur. She is a mom. She wears many hats, as many of us do. So if you have questions for her about the business side, because tonight is called Let's Talk Business. So if you have any questions about the business side, any questions for her as a creator, just please put those in the chat and we will highlight those and ask her those questions. But for right now, Jay, what I really want you to go into is as a warrior, Sickle Cell Awareness Month, that's this month. Whoop, whoop. Yes, everybody in here, happy Sickle Cell Awareness Month. To each and every one of you, but I want to talk to you about what this month really means to you, seeing so many people talk about it. Like I have never seen so much engagement and so many people having so many events this month. But as a warrior, as an entrepreneur, as a mom, how do you, and I know you said balance, you don't like the word balance. I think that was you.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to let you answer in the way that you answer it, but how do you balance all three? or all
Yes.
4 at this time? Because you do have also a secular job. So what
Yeah.
does that look like?
So first things first, like the only mom that I am, I mean, shout out to all the sickle cell warriors and all the mommies and sickle cell warrior moms. I just did a count yesterday. I'm a plant mom of like 13 now. But that is the only mom that, like, those are my only babies, and separate from Rojo. So I have no actual children. So, but thank you. So how do I find the harmony with all of these spaces? Is that the question? That's a
Yes, that's the
one.
question.
Whew. So let's get into it. So August, I've not shared this with many people. I think this is like the first time that I'm actually talking about it now that the dust is settling. August, I was whooped and I was ill. Not necessarily sickle cell related, but I was having some medical issues that was going on with me for all 4 weeks of August. I'm talking unexplained fevers. I would have a fever every day that would start in the evening, work its way up till about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I would not break a sweat overnight, so was not resting well. Still had to work my nursing job, right? Because that's full time and they need me to produce there. I've got this business. I'm having business meetings. I have a team that I'm working with now, marketing, creating content, getting this website up, talking about the direction and the vision of this business and my next steps with stewarding over the vision. So with all of those, at the end of July, I got my word of the month. I like to start my months intentionally, knowing where I'm going to have clarity and focus at. So August, ironically, was rest. That was the word of the month. My word of the month for September is reset. And so now that I'm looking back at August and coming into, still easing into the transition of September and my new year of 32, I think that really it doesn't boil down to physical health, but I think a lot of it comes, the harmony comes from being in tune with you and not allowing any one part of your life to grab you by the coattails and pull you down or drag you forward to where you're not grounded consistently. It's okay if we get knocked off our balance a little bit, you get grounded, but to just have everything a complete blur, I really had to sit down and be intentional about, okay, how do you feel today? Do you have the capacity to work? Okay, now that we've covered that, you do, yes. Do you have the will to work today? Okay, who do we now need to communicate with? And I'm excellent at advocating for others. I think that's what makes me, I forgot where I was at for a second. I think that's what makes me an excellent nurse. You put whatever word you want to put there. Hello. Because we're multifaceted. So I think that's what makes me an excellent and well-seasoned nurse, that I have the ability to see into other people's problems and provide solutions that are individualized so they can care for themselves. I am now learning to put my big girl panties on more frequently, many times a day, to speak up and advocate for myself. I think that's where the harmony lies, is no one is going to make accommodations for you unless you let it be known that you need accommodations, right? So talking with my job, letting them know, hey, I have a fever today, or hey, you know what, I need to take today off. And being vulnerable to let them know what's going on with me, to let them know that I'm human, but also doing it in a way that still honors my privacy, that still honors my medical health, and gives me space to rest so that I am not wondering, okay, like, what are they going to do with this information? Or, what else do I need to provide as I'm continuing to figure this out? Because I had told you all, these were unexplained and undiagnosed. Like, I've had my blood drawn so many times. I filled up so many tubes in August. It was not even funny. Okay. Like, I had to come back and have a follow-up appointment because they could not get all the blood at once in one of my appointments. Okay. And we know how it is, sickle cell warriors, when you're stuck 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I think the most times I've been stuck for a blood draw to get labs was probably 7 at the hospital before. So coming into September, it really warms my heart because for so long, sickle cell and chronic illness and patient advocacy has been such a major part of my life. It's something that I'm super passionate about, making sure that people have quality of life and access to resources that shouldn't come by privilege, but come as a right. We're human beings. If you have a life, you have the right to care for it and to have it with quality and dignity, right?
Yes.
So it warms my heart to know now that this September especially, people are having more discussions about trait, sickle cell trait, sickle cell disease. I think a lot of our conversation gets lost in the sauce there. Both of my parents had the trait, did not know. I don't believe that was a conversation that they had. And then I was diagnosed at 18 months old. We didn't even know. My parents didn't even know once I was born. So it was a shock, like, to my mom to know, hey, you had a perfectly healthy baby that was born, but also now 18 months later, we've got a chronic illness that is lifelong. And now you got to start dealing with this thing. So it warms my heart. I'm excited, and we've got some things going on here in Indy. Shout out to the Martin Center Sickle Cell Initiative. I would be nothing. I would be no one without them. They are one of the first organizations that helped me to find my voice with advocacy. And I've been a client there since I was this big. I'm this big now, but since I was this big. But they are one of the oldest community-based organizations in the United States that treats and supports sickle cell clients with trait, disease, and families. So I am so blessed to be here in Indianapolis and under their support system and under their safety net. Like, it's crucial for us to have not only medical care, but to have community and familial care as well with sickle cell. So yay, happy Sickle Cell Awareness Month. I'm glad that it's starting to come together for us.
Yes, I am. You've said a mouthful. First of all, one of the things that you said that I absolutely love, before I shout out Dr. Austin, because she is here she's our trait specialist, is what I call her. But one thing that you said that like struck a chord more than anything, you said a lot of stuff that I absolutely love, and I'm gonna have to take bites and pieces and post it on social. Don't judge me for that one, but just know I will tag you.
I shared the gems.
But one of the things is having not just the privilege for care, but the right. Like, we have the right to have adequate care. Okay. It's not just having the privilege of, I went to the right hospital, but why not have adequate care every time a warrior goes to the hospital? I'm not understanding why, but I do understand the assignment of us as warriors, it's us as advocates, and us in this space, which is why I absolutely love working with the consortium, because in this space, I get to do that type of advocacy work. I get to say to hospitals, oh, no, hold on. We're actually coming up with a plan. This is our plan. Use it. Because what I've also noticed is, even with me, they won't, if you go to an ER that especially if you're not familiar with it, and you're probably somewhere and you whatever, because sickle cell happens wherever, it does not have any rhyme reason. They say you be ready to go out or go somewhere in sickle cell, knocking on your door like, girl, please sit back down. I mean, it is a thing. So even when you go to different places, different hospitals, they don't look at your care plan. Don't know why it's not universal. That hello, at least I took it a step further and I actually got a care plan. That's number one. And number two, me and my doctor sat down and we said that, you know, this is what it is, and you still won't look at it. So having the right, that struck a chord with me, because just having the basic right, not a privilege, it's a right to have adequate care. And I'm just like, come, exactly, Cynthia. It will be because we Cynthia is one of our leads on one of our projects. I mean, go ahead, Cynthia, let the people know. Let's have it out there in these streets. But anyway, so you said a lot of great stuff. We honor you, first of all, for being vulnerable and letting us know about, you know, everything that you were going through in August. And those two words, rest and now reset. Oh, what warriors do not know the meaning of rest. And so I need you to break down, because you were it's like a cuss word, I promise you. One of the things that you were talking about is that you kind of evaluate when you wake up. And I do this all the time. And I was like, yes. And I was like, Sharonda, you're on mute. So don't just be hollering, let the girl talk. But one of the things that concerns me is the thought process of always having to move and moving and shaking and doing things, because we don't know when, you know, we're going to feel good again. So while we're feeling good, it's like, let's get it done. But what you said was you wake up every morning and I'm paraphrasing, and you kind of evaluate, first of all, how am I feeling? Who do I need to communicate based on my first question I asked myself? The third thing is actually going ahead and verbalizing that I don't feel well. This is what I need. I was like, oh, and in the background, if you could have heard, my sister was like, I get it, girl, because she don't do that. And I was like, ma'am, I need you to calm down. Calm down. But ouch. Like, I felt like my toes were being stepped on. How did you get there? Like, because I know you've not always been this way. How did you get to that place? And then somebody else asked a question about research and your product, and we're going to get to that. But I need you to answer this. I'm being real selfish, real quick. How did you get there?
Yeah. Woo. Okay.
I'm just saying.
We just did all of my business now. Okay. This is how this works. Okay, so I've got some notes that I took for the month of August. I like to get the definition of the word. That way I can understand more of it. Yeah. And so word of the month for August was rest. This first definition is to repose, sleep, specifically a bodily state characterized by minimal functional metabolic activities. Second definition is freedom from activity or labor, a place of resting or lodging, peace of mind or spirit. And so I took those and then I began to think, okay, so why do I need rest right now? And you know what you just said? I wish you could read this, but it says constant movement. We know how that goes, right? Yes. Like, I just have to, and yes. I have anxiety at baseline. So I think that comes from childhood with having to keep a backpack filled with medication and, you know, a warm blanket and changes of clothes. And yes. I never knew when it was going to go down.
Yes.
I could be hanging out with my friends in sickle cell, like, what's popping? We here now. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's get to the hospital, okay?
Like, you forgot me? You forgot to pet me? Like,
hey, friend, you forgot about me? You was doing so good. Let me come mess some stuff up real quick.
Yeah.
So how I got here, August of 2021. So I don't know if I've also shared this publicly. I've talked to a lot of friends and family. But August 2021, I was laid off from my nursing job. And forgive me, because my sinuses, as I'm getting older, the body just does what it wants to do. It's like, we don't want you to breathe. Don't breathe right now. So I just can't breathe. But so April 2021, I was laid off from my job. And to God be the glory, I needed that rest. I had not slept in probably 6 months. I was probably sleeping 3 to 5 hours a night before that, having difficulty falling asleep, not being able to stay asleep, and then waking up early.
Yeah.
Yay, that's a lot of fun. How
Yeah.
crazy do you get after that for 6
Yeah.
months? So I said, you know what? I wasn't going to leave this job. It being a nurse has been part of my pride and joy. It's a part of my identity, and it was most of what I was able to identify my value and worth as an adult for the last 10 years of my life.
Ooh.
So with leaving that space unexpectedly, surprisingly, I was blessed with the opportunity to take a sabbatical from work for an entire year. So during that time, I got to sleep, I got to rest, I got to focus on my business. I got to have those still moments where the still moments that provide the who are you, where are you,
Yes.
self checks. You don't get to have those self checks when you don't have time. And one thing that I was explaining to someone here recently was that a lot of times the difference between a good decision and a bad decision, a reaction and a response, is time. And oftentimes we don't have that. We're not granted and given time. So
No.
I was blessed with 12 months of time to evaluate me, to care for me, to rest with me, and to really get a new routine, really a whole self-care routine together, which is why we now are able to have this luxury brand. Thank you, Jesus. Was because I had to get this healing and understanding for myself first, that I can't pour from an empty cup, and I need more for me before I start doing for others. So with having that opportunity to rest for 12 months, um, that's where I got in more of the motion of waking up and, oh my goodness, I don't have to rush off and and take a shower, and I don't have to rush off to pour myself into any space. Let me just check with me and see if I'm good, whether that be journaling, whether that be a devotional, whether that be going straight into prayer, whether that just be, okay, I'm wiggling my toes. Okay, my toes are good. My toes are still here. Like, oh, I got a little headache. Like, what's that about? And then every day learning to go with the flow, give myself grace, right? Because we beat ourselves up really badly for having a disease process that we did not ever ask for. And we let everybody else do it too. Oh, you're being lazy? No, I need rest. This is not lazy. This is fatigue. This is exhaustion. This is, I've reached my capacity. This is, I now need to be nurtured. That's what that is. So that's how I got to this space, was being taken, ripped out of, the environment that I was normally in on a regular basis, and put in a wilderness where I had to really spend time with me and get to know me on a deeper level, without all of these other things that were shaping my identity and that were causing me to prioritize my decisions. A lot of times we make our decisions based on, do I have enough money for this, or do I have to work? Or at least that's just me. I'll speak for myself. So
I just said, ouch.
Ouch and ouch. I be stepping on my toes all the time. Holy Spirit be stepping on my toes all the time. Like, so yeah, that's how I got to this space, was not being well, having an opportunity to find wellness and discover wellness for myself, and taking that opportunity and staying committed to making sure that I had what I needed.
So there it is, staying committed to having what I need.
Yeah.
You said it earlier that you are super good at, advocating for others.
Hmm.
And that's how we are. Like, we're super, if you know a sickle cell advocate, we are super good at advocating for others. But when it comes to ourselves, it's like, oh, wait. And it's almost a mindset is, it's not really this mindset, but we act like it, like we don't deserve to have the same quality or even quantity
That's
of
actually what it is.
advocacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's a poverty mindset that we lack, that
yeah,
we lack something
yeah,
that we actually need and deserve.
and deserve. And deserve. And it's okay to deserve it, which is why I absolutely love the fact that you said we deserve luxury. You see what I'm saying? Like, and when you start figuring out your worth, start figuring out that yes, I do deserve this, and yes, I deserve to have certain things, or I deserve to have just quietness. Like, that's a thing too, that some people do not feel like they deserve to have quiet, because they feel like if it's quiet and you're not moving and doing things, then hear that in the back of your head, lazy, or all of these other stigma. And it's
Waste
okay.
time.
It's
Waste.
okay. Exactly. But girl, this is a whole other conversation, which I
Yeah.
am absolutely loving
Yeah.
right now.
This
But
is where my brand is taking it this year and next year. So I'm excited.
luxury is all awesome. Now, one of the questions that you had is research. Yep, there we go. Thank you, team. What research did you do for your product?
Hi,
Well,
Anna. Thank
she
you so
talked about it earlier, and that research was herself.
much. Yeah. So part of the research was looking at what I needed, individualizing my own self-care plan, right? Because we can't, everything that works for the next person doesn't always work for us. So looking at myself, that was one side. But then when we're looking at the ingredients, looking at the vitamins, minerals, the things that our body needs to function on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Then looking at a lot of the skin ailments that we typically deal with, with Black and brown people. One of the biggest things that we are experiencing, that I saw from research, hyperpigmentation, 200 times more likely, from studies that have been conducted, than our counterparts to experience this darkening of the skin, the scarring, that the trauma that has happened to our skin that leaves a mark. Excuse me. So, looking at the processes that our body already goes through, the problems that we have, and then looking at ingredients that target that to have radical self-care. And so, like, what I mean by radical is at the root. So just not treating the symptom like we often do with pain medication, right? Because pain medication does not fix our sickled cells. It does not take them from a crescent moon shape to a round,
Mm-hmm.
full moon shape,
Yeah.
right? So looking at ingredients that have the properties to, for example, since we're talking about hyperpigmentation, to fade those dark marks, looking at vitamins that the body needs, the skin for skin cell turnover, just simple things like that, and starting at the root, and then also wanting to take into account luxury ingredients. For example, how many products do you use that have passion fruit oil, cranberry seed oil, Black cumin seed, like all of these things? There are so many oils, and there's so many. God did not put us here on this earth without the things that we need to take care of ourselves. That's just how I feel. That's what I know. That's the God that I believe is a provider for me. And so with thinking about that, looking at ingredients, and then looking at luxury ingredients that we normally don't get to see and experience. There's more in this world than olive and coconut oil. They're great, they have their purposes, but also let's make sure that we are searching far and wide to make sure that we are getting the most, and that we're having variety, because we have diverse skin types. So that means we should have diverse ingredients, right? That makes sense. I think it does to me. So evidence-based practice, looking at nursing to see, like, okay, what's not going to cause crisis, sickle cell crisis or exacerbation of an illness with chemicals and toxins and things that aren't well accepted by the body, because our skin is our largest organ. And then also looking at ingredients to see, okay, what specifically are the properties here that are going to help the skin, that are also going to help the body and bring us to a place of rest. So hopefully that answers Miss Etta's question.
I think it does. I think it does. The research was not just on how it feels, but just making sure that it is something for those black and brown, but also those that are warriors that have that dry skin, and we have dry skin all the time, especially like she said earlier, this time of the year. Oh my goodness, dry and pilly skin. So, and Ella said, yes, thank you so much. One of the other questions that wanted to ask you about is when it comes to marketing, because I told you, child, I really wanted to research you and the things that you were doing. Jade, they said please put your contact in the chat afterwards so that they can get a hold of you. Y'all, we are definitely going to make sure that is in there as well. But y'all, Jade was a part of Adobe co-creation. Girl, tell us about that. Like, this was a great honor. Oh my goodness. I
almost got up out of my seat just now. So, yes. So at the time that I found out that I was going to be laid off from my job, within that 30-day period of, gathering all my things and making sure that I had everything before we transitioned out, I got the opportunity that was passed along to me by a friend that had recently had a contract with Google. So she knew some people over at Adobe wanted to put this opportunity in front of me. And it was the Adobe Co-Create 2021 cohort. And so in this process, they were selecting 20 small businesses nationwide, only 20. Hello.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. Because see, that's the part that got me. Nationwide. I was like, yes. Okay, continue.
20 small businesses nationwide and pairing them with 20 designers nationwide. And Adobe was compensating these designers to provide products and services for these small businesses in order to support Small Business Week. So it was a no-brainer for me to apply. I was like, okay, I'm resting from this job, but is there more I'm going to do with this business? And I saw that my vision was beginning to grow and the ideas and the things that I wanted to do. So I submitted those, put those in my application, and actually did a video submission. So I'm like, they need to see my face. They need to see this glow. They need to see where I'm going with it, like where I'm at and where I'm going. So submitted and was selected as one of 20 nationwide. So I was paired with a designer. His name is Stanley Vaganov. He has his own studio, Be Curious Studio, where they do design sprints. So we got a logo that was freshly designed. When I tell y'all this logo is luxe. I mean, he has worked with Estee Lauder. He's worked with, just the luxury brands. I mean, this is where I belong. Hello. So he's worked with some well-known companies, not just in beauty, but that are well-known commercially in households, household names, and really sat down with me to carve out what my vision was for the business, where I wanted to go, and my target audience. And that's where we came up with this new logo, these new marketing contents, as well as a new website that we will be launching very, very soon. So I am super excited about that and forever grateful for the Adobe cohort. I think with the job layoff and then acceptance into this Adobe cohort, those were two really defining moments for myself as well as the brand of Roja Organics. And it's been up ever since. I mean, I'm on a wild ride, just elevating, and it feels like an escalator sometimes, and sometimes it feels like a rocket ship. So, yeah, it was phenomenal. And they've also published the finishing touches from each business in a small case study. So, yes, shout out to Adobe. Love them, love them, love them. I was like, Adobe
Yeah,
Photoshop? Photoshop
yeah,
Adobe?
yeah, that part, that
Yeah.
part. Listen, I was about to say, can I scream now? I'm letting her tell her story, but I was so excited. You would have thought it was me, and it's because, again, I absolutely love to see, share, and spotlight warriors, which is why it's called the Creative Warrior. That's why this segment is called what it's called, because it that right there didn't have anything to do with that sickle cell pain, that thought in the back of her mind. It was her purpose. It was something that she wanted to do. She did it. And one of the reasons why I wanted you to tell that story was because sometimes and we talked about it a few minutes ago as well, we don't feel like we deserve these things to happen. And now, one of the things that I have done in the past, and I told my sister and my family that I would stop doing, and that is saying no to things because I don't know. Because as a photographer, one of my things is I hate, hate to disappoint my clients. And so therefore what I do is I say, no, I'm unavailable to do photography right now because blah, blah, blah. And it's because I'm like, I don't want to disappoint anybody, or I don't want to say no, or I don't want to not show up. And so I don't say yes to things because I'm always scared that sickle cell is going to come knocking right at that moment and I'm going to miss the opportunity. What
Oh,
I
I don't
want
care
to
about none of that. I don't.
listen,
I've never cared about any of that. I'm like, if I'm gonna have a sickle cell crisis, I'm going to have it doing what I love. Okay, they told me don't go
yes,
swimming. I will wear my swimsuit underneath my camp clothes, okay, because we still gonna have a party. Pay for it later, but it'll still.
and I
So
used
yeah,
to do
I
that
am
in my
no
younger
stranger.
days, but
Yeah, I am.
I started, I was like, oh, and my family were like, yo, what about when you used to do this and do that? And was like, and then afterwards, after the whole weekend was over on Sunday night, you'd be talking about, oh, by the way, I'm at the ER. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Hey.
hey, I forgot to tell y'all what's going on.
Yeah.
Come visit me. But yeah,
Yeah.
and so I wanted you to tell that story because I don't want anybody to ever be discouraged from saying yes to things like this, because keep saying yes, basically, is all I'm saying, because I know
Yeah.
our time is about to run out. But what I'm telling you as creatives, keep saying yes, keep taking those opportunities. And when sickle cell knocks at the door, I mean, shut the door on them. I mean, it's just one of them things where at this point, and when Jay was talking about, having that opportunity, only 20 nationwide. And
That's it.
so
That's all.
20. I mean, and so what is for you is for you. And so as creatives, it was her opportunity to level up and do what she needed to do for her luxury brand, to relaunch her luxury brand. If you can go ahead and start sharing your website so that I can show people what your website is and how they can stay connected with you. And I know we are running out of time because our conversation was so good, but if y'all have questions, this is the time to ask your questions. And I have already put the names in the thing for the giveaway. So those of you that just came in, please type in I create, hashtag I create, and you will be put in for a drawing for a giveaway on tonight. We are doing 3 giveaways. 2 of them are going to be Jay Parker's products, and then the last one is going to be a sickle cell t-shirt. So, well, consortium t-shirt. So please, please, please make sure that you put your information in so that we can put it as one of the drawings. Look at luxury come through now. Disclaimer, her website is not up yet, but she's showing us a sneak peek of it.
Yes.
So I wanted
You're
to put that
special.
out
You're
there.
special.
Listen, y'all, we are getting a sneak peek. So talk about it for us, Jade.
Yes. So, we've got this new logo here. I want everyone to know what the URL for this is, okay? Because we are going to be launching very, very soon. And I want you all to sign up for email updates. That way you can stay in the loop because this is going to be good. And this is for you. You see, it says design with your skin in mind. So I'm thinking of you. This has you in the picture, and I don't want you all to miss out. So www.rojorganics.com. That is the website, www.rojorganics.com. And so this is the landing page right now. We've still got some editing of the landing page that we're going to do, but this is one of the biggest projects that came through the Adobe Co-Create and Stanley's portfolio there. So we're scrolling. We've got a little bit of the introduction and the mission. Hey, oh my goodness, I know that girl. That's me. So giving you a little bit of my story. And so this is where really having a transparent moment here, you all, because I want you all to know as a creative, it doesn't all happen overnight, right? So you see, we've got this website.
Talk about it.
We've got this website. It's a process, you know, the shift, when you get the idea, the shift comes, but it's a process to getting the idea fully manifested and in physical form. So
now, wait, before you continue that,
yeah, go ahead,
Jay. Before you continue that, tell them what was the year you actually launched your brand
business. Yeah, so I made my first batch of body butter. We've sold 500 today. That was 2013.
Listen, it's a process, y'all. Okay, let me go ahead and highlight this one right here. The process. Yes, it's a process, people. I wanted you to stop there and tell us about that, because from there to here, it is a process. And now she has a luxury brand. Now, again, we are going to have her at our creative content classes, but I wanted her to tell you guys about this project because look how beautiful this brand is. And it is a process. Even though she was working with, graphic designers who was well known, it was a process from the start, from when they started until now as well, because they're still working on the website as well. And this is 2022. And she did this in 2021. So it's not an overnight thing if you want it done and done right. Yeah, now, you can put some stuff together. Quality. There you go. Talk about it.
You want, when you're a creative and you want to honor the vision and you're looking to be a good steward over your vision and your ideas and the mission, it has to be done with quality, and quality takes time. There's really no way around it.
Absolutely.
I've had my toes stepped on as well, because I'm like, I want this done now.
Yes.
X, Y, Z. But the thing that I've had to realize is, do I want this done now or do I want it done right? Which one?
Wait, can you say it one more time?
Do I want this done now or do I want it done right?
I mean, I'm just saying.
I get my toes stepped on first before I share this. And I'll be like, oh my God. Oh.
Well, because as a creative, you're thinking in your mind, it's like, oh, I want to do this, A, B, C, and D, and F, G. And you want to do everything and you want it all to do it right now. So I get it. But if you want it, do you want it done now or do you want it done right?
Cause
okay. All right, continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead and talk about the brand.
Yeah, so it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, as well as as the vision comes to you, that's you'll find your confidence growing, because like I said, when I was a nurse, I probably had 1.5 years of nursing experience. I was working part-time in college as I finished up my bachelor's. Mm-hmm. I had an associate's degree and went for another year to complete my bachelor's. And so while I was ill, I was like, why me? Like, I'm not the first person to make body butters. Like, what makes this special? And the more questions I began asking and understanding what this brand was going to be for me, and the authenticity in it, and really owning, the things that I felt were less than, having less than perfect health. Hello. I've had that my entire life. Some people have just now started to have that with COVID. Like, hey, I've been here for 32 years. Like, come join the party. Where we're really learning how to care for ourselves authentically, not just doing the things that we think are going to make us better, but really looking at, okay, what is the problem here? What needs to be done, and then doing it. So it's taken me a very long time to understand how this story is evolving and changing. And I'm not finished. Like, I'm sure in a year and in 2 years, I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, this was like, clearly, we keep getting iPhones, right?
Yeah.
They're not done. Who knows when they'll ever be done? So
listen,
process and take progress over perfection. Like it's
Yeah.
never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So don't let that stop you from doing what you have been given to steward over in this moment.
I love that. I love that. Now, do y'all have any questions for her? Because this is her website. Look at the brand. I love the brand. They are working on it. It's not up yet, but she gave us a sneak peek. So I'm thankful to you, Jay, for that. We appreciate it. But we need to go ahead and put the link in the chat. Let me go ahead and put that in there. Because if you want to stay connected so that you can get all of the updates about, you know, what's going on, when they're going to release and all of those updates, please, that's the link there. I just put it in the chat.
So let me show you. So I think the link that was just posted. So if people are interested in these kits, if you did not win one today, that is a link where you can purchase it right now. That's a separate site. But www.rogeorganics.com is the official website. You can scroll down to the bottom and it will ask you, stay connected, sign up for email updates. So then you put your email in there and we're linked in. But also, if you don't, because the site is not up and running right now, if you want to keep up with us on social media, because we are on the medias where you can have that conversation. We are on Facebook and Instagram, and that is ROJ Organics. So that's the handle on both Facebook and Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. So we're on LinkedIn as well.
Awesome. And I just put in the website so that you guys can go on there, and it's going to ask you if you want updates on there. So you just go ahead and fill that out.
Of course you want in on this luxury. Come on.
You know. So thank you so much, Jay, for coming. Not first of all, but let me go ahead and do my drawing. And let's see who the winner is. And let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Something went wrong.
Too soon with the
honey, something went wrong because it said the Sickle Cell Consortium. No, ma'am, I can't win. That's not going to be. But I am about to do it again for those of you that typed in I create. And let's see here who is the winner. Can I share my screen? I know I can. Let's see who's going to be the winner. Bop, 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 bop. And guess who won, y'all? Heather Avant. Let me share my screen.
Yay! Because you create.
You create, honey. You are thine create. It won't show me the people's name, but oh well, yeah. Well, Heather, you are our first winner.
Yay!
Congratulations. That's winner number 1, Heather Avant. And then let's see who our second winner is. And these two are for the packages that she just showed you. So that is the Rojo, is what I call it. The good stuff, honey. The good stuff. It's some good stuff in there. Tell them again what's in there.
Yes. So what is in this luxury skin kit sample? So we've got the first product that you use. It's an exfoliant. It's called Sweet Thing, excuse me. So that is a body polish that helps with dry, flaky skin, getting that top layer off. That way you can get your glow on up underneath, okay? So that also has an ingredient, luxury ingredient, Buriti oil, that is actually native to the Amazon rainforest, where it helps with hyperpigmentation. So that's what's going to help fade those dark marks, get that skin even. Even. And then that way we've got that nice glowy complexion that is consistent throughout your skin. So that's the first product, the Sweet Thing. And the second portion of that is the oil. Okay, Miss Anna, why am I so excited over here? Um, go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for both these ladies. The second product in this sample kit is the All Glowed Up, which is my favorite. That is the skin and body oil. Good enough to put all over the face. Keeps your face from getting oily throughout the day. I know a lot of people say, my skin gets oily and I don't put oil on my face. It has a base of jojoba oil, which is one of the closest to our body's natural composition of oil, sebum. So that's what our sebaceous gland secretes for our skin. And so when you're washing your face and you put that back on, your body's like, hey, wait a minute, we got a little moisture going on. So we don't have to put too much out so that we don't get too oily. So All Glowed Up, that is that second part. You put that on after you exfoliate. That way your skin is nourished and it can penetrate through the skin. So that is that sweet thing and All Glowed Up. I'm so excited for you, Etta and Heather. Yay. I'm so excited. Like I'm gonna be hand delivering them. Like that's how excited I am. I won't be hand delivering them, but I'm excited just as I would be hand delivering them here at home.
And I decided we're gonna do one more, so it's gonna go
because we're in the abundance of what
we are.
Yes. Congratulations, Sonia.
So we got Heather Avant, Etta Carter, and Sonia Taylor. You three will be getting one of those simple packages sent to you. Please send us a email or text so that we can send that package over to you. Please email me at ssykes, and Joy, if you can put that in the chat, please. ssykes@sicklecellconsortium.org. And we will make sure to put that in the chat on all of the platforms where you guys can contact me and let me know your information so we can go ahead and send it out. Woo, that was fun. I like giving away stuff. I'm about to give something else away. Oh, okay, hold on. One more thing. We're going to go ahead and give away, because they just told me, Sharonda, you forgot to give away the Sickle Cell Consortium's t-shirt. So let's go ahead and do that as well. We are going to do that. I'm going to do that one for everybody that was on here, not just for the ones that did I create. And I'm going to pick someone. One moment. And it's gone. Y'all can't hear it because I didn't put it on so for y'all to hear, but I am going to let you know that the person that won, Dr. Tamia Austin, you are the winner of a t-shirt. Woohoo! So please send me a message.
She's doing some amazing research right now. I know that I've not had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Tamia, but hello. I'm excited that you are a winner this evening celebrating Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And I believe there was a research study that I participated in. Sickle Cell Warriors, why are we not participating in studies?
Oh, talk about it.
Who's going to find the solutions if it isn't us? I mean, do we know better? Do we know sickle cell better than anyone else, or no?
Or no?
I'm just saying. Like, we have to participate. I think that's one of the things that I want Sickle Cell Warriors to do this month is find a way to get involved in not only sharing what sickle cell is, but furthering our community, whether that be a research study, whether that be, a community service project. Like, we are the ones that have this burden, and it is unfair for everyone else, for us to have the expectancy that everyone else knows how to solve this problem, to have a solution for a problem that they don't even have. They don't even know what sickle cell is. They don't know what it feels like. So we have to be active and not only advocate for others, but advocate for ourselves. And this is how you do it. You do the research studies, you do the community service actions, you show up. You show up in whatever capacity you have the ability and willingness to show up in.
I love that. Listen, that's going to have to be a soundbite as well, because that is so important. That's one of the things that Dr. Bailey's always talking about. She's always like, yo, why are we not doing the studies? Like, why are we not telling these people what we want by doing the studies? But I think well, I've talked to a few people. One of the things that people have told me is that they are so leery
It's
of
scary.
the medical. Yeah. But I promise you, if we don't show up, have the conversations, and are a part of these studies and surveys and what have you, then
Yeah.
she's right. There's no way for them to know. Like, there's no way for them to know what we want. There's no way for them to know what we are expecting of them, because we're not doing the surveys, we're not doing the studies. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So we got to get to that, y'all. We gotta get to it. So
And
that's the
take
thing.
your medicine too. I'm stepping on all the toes, okay? We just got to get it done. I don't enjoy taking medication every day, but also take your medicine, you know.
Baby Jay said I am stepping on all the toes.
If we're gonna celebrate, I mean, we gotta celebrate right. We gotta know how to celebrate. Celebrate taking your medication every day.
Every day, that's right. So on the screen, you have Jay. The way to contact Jay Parker. This is her LinkedIn link. We put it in the chat, so please make sure that you guys click that and connect with her. One of the biggest things from me, and the reason why I'm doing this, is because we want to support the creative warrior. She is very, very creative. She's so creative that she'd already come up with a product. Come through product. Okay, and it's good. Well, I haven't tried it because my sister took it, but I digress. Anywho, make sure that you guys are connecting with her. Connect with her on social media. Connect with her on LinkedIn, Facebook, whichever way that you connect through social media. Please, please, please do that. She has been a wonderful guest. And I am definitely going to send her a request to come talk to us during our creative content class, because I think she has some very good gems to give us to make sure that we are leveling up this season for our products and services and even organizations, because the biggest thing that she has said tonight is it is a process, and we do have the right for adequate care. So please know that you are worth it. You're worth the time of doctors. You're worth the time of researchers. You're worth your own time. And one thing she talked about before, and I know some of you have not been on for the entire hour, but we talked about, she said 2 words. One is rest and the other one is reset. Okay. And then she gave us the definitions of those two, because those are so important as warriors, that we rest and that we reset. Those are so important. You have got to find a way to rest and reset yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So thank you, Jay, for coming to talk to me. Honey, I was going to do rapid fire questions, but we are out of time. And I know that people want to go lay down, so I'm not going to keep them anymore. But I am definitely going to have you back on at another time so that we can just talk about, the rest, the reset, and how do you get there? How do you make sure that every day you are putting yourself number one? Because that is something as warriors we don't do, as advocates we don't do. And so that's a lesson I would really, really like us to sit down and talk about, and really try to get a plan so that we can not only talk about it, but actually give people, a printout or something, a kind of, I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but something that they can go by. Because I believe that sometimes, some people, they learn different ways, and other people, they need something in front of them to say step 1, step 2, step 3. And so if there's a blueprint, and it may not work for everybody, but if it works for somebody, if we're able to help one person, even on this conversation, if we were able to bless or help one person on this conversation, I think we've done our job, because the job tonight was to support, number one, the creative warrior, but to also make sure that we are spreading awareness and we understand that we are worth the time, the research, and we are worth self-care for ourselves. So thank you, Jay. Do you have anything last that you want to say before I shut this down tonight? Because this was so good. We need a part 2, Jay. Part 2.
I'm excited. I'm glad that I came. I'm up here sitting in the dark now. I don't know if it look dark over here, but it is dark. Okay, sun has set. The sun is set. I was blowing and
the night. Yeah.
So thank you so much for having me. It has been a blessing, a pleasure, an honor to be here to encourage and advocate for myself as well as warriors. Congratulations to everyone that has won. If you are looking to be like social, we've got the professional side on the LinkedIn, got that link there. But follow us on Instagram. That's where we do a lot of our posting. That's where you will see most of our content. Hasn't been a whole lot because we're prepping. You know, quality takes time. We just spoke about that.
Yes.
Follow us online at Instagram at ROJ Organics. That's where we do most of our posting. We're also on Facebook at ROJ Organics. But you'll have all of our links, easy to see the content on Instagram. So thank you so much for having me. This has been fun. I didn't know I needed this today. This definitely has uplifted me.
Yay. You know, I was so excited. I was nervous, but I was so excited. I was like, she is so amazing. She's done so many great things. And I was super excited to have you as my first guest for this series. And I am just honored by, you know, your willingness to say yes, because there's been times where, you know, even for convention and things like that, we've reached out to you and you was like, absolutely, because you have a heart for the people. And so I just want to honor you with that and say thank you from the Sickle Cell Consortium. And then from me personally, thank you for my random messages on Instagram. Like, girl, send me this, send me that. But thank you so much. We really, really appreciate this. I do not take this lightly that you said yes, because you are busy and then you do have your own business and it's not easy to fit things like this in. So thank you. And I appreciate you. Continue to do all the great things you're doing. We are rooting for you. We support you as the consortium. And then personally as Sharonda, girl, I support you. You heard me? I support you. And so everyone else that is here, please make sure that you are supporting. I put on there her Instagram. And like she said, it's taking time process. They don't have a lot, but they do. I mean, they do. They still got stuff on that social media page. Make sure you go and connect with her. And thank you again, Jade. I appreciate you. You could just stay for a moment. Or if you have to go, please feel free to just.
I'm good.
Okay. So I wanted to let everybody know that this was just the first week. This was the first guest of our new series, The Creative Warrior. Like I've already told y'all, we have creative content coming up where we're going to have classes and challenges and giveaways, and we're going to make this experience fun. Now, at the end of the creative content class, you guys that have stuck with your girl will have a creative content package. Now, I've already kind of given what y'all gonna be getting, like ring lights and microphones and backdrops and all of that, so that we can assist you with making sure that you have the tools that you need to be creative. Now, not as far as your products just yet. We ain't got there just yet, but our goal is to make sure that when you get on social media, you have the bandwidth to do what you need to do. Like this platform, StreamYard. We're going to talk about StreamYard. We're going to talk about how it works. We're going to talk about, you know, how you can get a subscription for it. We're going to talk about all of those things. And those of you that still do not have a pro Canva account, that again, if you are a part of our creative content class, we are also making sure that you guys have that and you will become a part of our team here at the Sickle Cell Consortium. So make sure that if you have not signed up for creative content classes, please go ahead and sign up for them ASAP, because our first class is this month and we are asking that everyone come and be a part of this class. Now, if there's any creative warriors out there, whether you have a product or a service or you're an advocate but you're creative, please let me know if you want to be a part of the series, if you want to be interviewed, or if you think that there is somebody I should interview, somebody that I should know. Hook your girl up, send me a message and be like, Sharonda, you got to interview this person because, and give me a because just don't tell me I got to interview people. Tell me why. I mean, give me something. But please let me know if there's anybody that I should be interviewing and if there's anything I should be giving away. Now, next series giveaway, I'm not going to tell you what I'm giving away, but it's pretty cool as well. So make sure that you are a part of each one of these sessions, each one of these classes, because you know your girl like to give stuff away. So that's what we're going to do. I see that Heather Avant is here. She is so awesome. She is a photographer. So if you are in Dallas, Texas, and you need a photographer, Frisco, DFW, Houston, if you need a photographer, y'all, she is grand. So make sure you reach out to her too. Yes, Heather, I just plugged you. And then I have Dr. Tamia Austin that is here. Dr. Austin, oh my goodness, she is our tray expert. Thank you so much for joining us and everybody that came to be a part of this session. It was phenomenal and we could not have done it without you. So thank you. This has been our first session. It is under our belt. Woo! We've done it. It's over. And so we're going to see you guys not next week, but the week afterwards. And you'll see the flyers and the videos. Thank you again, Jay, for hanging with us. And we will see y'all later. Talk to everybody later. Bye. I sound like my nephew because he's always like, bye, sir. All right, bye. Talk to you guys later.